What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Basement. Today we are doing our August Blu-ray update. I'm still confused. We filmed two...
That's because we're doing this one like on time this month.
I just don't know what's real anymore.
Like we're near the end of the month of August and we're filming it. Usually we're halfway into the next month, but we're filming the previous month.
That's true.
So this month we're on time.
Our August Blu-ray update, of course, this is our monthly video where we go through all of our pickups for the month. We talk about some of the movies. Buck has a DVD buying problem. You know how it goes. Of course, I'm Nate. I'm joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And Steven.
Howdy.
And before we get into the update, what did you guys pick up? Let's talk about some Blu-rays in the comments down below. Of course, like every month, we've got a lot of bangers. But before we get into those, Steven, it's time for everyone's favorite show. Hit it!
It's time for America's favorite show, Bucky's DVD Blowout!
Alright, so rapid fire round.
Rapid fire.
My stepmother is an alien. Dan Aykroyd's a wild man.
That movie looks so shitty.
Once Bitten.
So does this movie.
This has a Scream release. It's in a double pack, though.
That cover art is just terrible.
Yeah.
So is this.
Dead and Breakfast.
Why are all these covers so bad?
Because these are bad movies.
Oh, okay.
Toby Hooper's
Why do
version.
you buy them, though?
Because I like bad movies.
Bad movie Buck?
Exactly. They don't call me that for nothing. Toby Hooper's Toolbox Murders doesn't have a Blu-ray.
That's like It 2017.
Let's go to Prison. Unrated. Oasis. Definitely maybe. Comes with the documentary, all the songs on the DVD as well.
Today's gonna be the day.
Wrong album. Close.
Dude, I pissed him off.
National Lampoon's Lost Reality 1 and 2. This has the Amazing Racist on it that I remember watching on YouTube. I just want to see how this holds up in 2019. I found this a family video. Very hard to find. Very cool.
Yeah, that's true. We do have some pretty good family video pickups.
I found this one for pretty cheap. Apocalypto. I know people, it's got some value in the US. Region 2 Blu-ray is dirt cheap, so if I like it enough, I'll upgrade to that Blu-ray. Next one, this I don't think has a Blu-ray release either. The Filth and the Fury. This is a documentary about the Sex Pistols. Everyone knows I'm more of a Sex Pistols guy than a Ramones guy. It's just how it is.
Sid and Nancy on Criterion?
True. And then Chopper with Eric Bana. I can't wait to watch this movie. It looks so great.
It's not about the Star Wars droid?
Unfortunately not. It just isn't. And then the next one is Freaks. Next one is Freaks 2. Pink Flamingos.
Oh, God.
Pink Flamingo goes divine. People eat real dog shit in this movie.
Ooh.
Next one is a Harmony Korine movie after Gummo, Julian Donkey Boy. The League season 5.
Of course. How many times you bought season 5?
Yeah, just by the same season.
I feel like I've seen that on here before, though.
I have one. He's one.
Nah.
I think he's legitimately starting to amass multiple copies of the entire season, like seasons of the League. You're like that guy that collects the Speed VHS tapes, but yours is the League on DVD.
But the difference is he does it on purpose. I do it on accident.
It's like the 7th time I bought this. I keep forgetting.
Chappelle Show complete series. Mortal Kombat Conquest, the complete series.
Yeah.
This is also a family video pickup. I vaguely remember this. Can't wait to watch it.
And all of our family video pickups in this, we paid $1 each for all of them.
Even the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, I found this sealed out in the wild. I want to say for like $10. Out of print, pretty hard to find. Erie, Indiana, the complete series.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah.
What is that?
I vaguely remember this when I was a kid. and it's only got 19 episodes, but it's it's Goosebumps adjacent, scary stories to tell in the dark adjacent. But I hear pretty good things about it, so I'm really excited to watch this.
Are you actually going to open it?
I am going to open it because I want to watch it, but finding this sealed was crazy. But yeah, seeing as how I am a Hoosier, we are Hoosiers, not him, but we're Hoosiers, you and I.
That is true.
I basically am.
No, you're not. You'll never be, and you never were. So
good.
It should be fun. And that concludes this month's episode of Bucky's apostrophe Y apostrophe S DVD blowout. Thank you for watching.
Listen, I don't see him putting in the hard work. I made that intro.
Back to the update.
Justin.
Maybe we should start putting our names in the credits.
Oh.
Edited by Nate Martin. Edited by Justin Ricker. Edited by Nate Martin. Yeah.
You egomaniac.
Should I go next?
Justin.
I got a DVD.
Oh no! Now you get to be on Buck's DVD blog.
One DVD.
Do it.
And I found this for Second and Charles. If you don't know what that is, it is a used media book. Mainly a used bookstore, but they also have games, figures, all sorts of stuff. And they had a little Godzilla section, because the Godzilla hype is real right now with the new movie, Criterion box set. Godzilla's a pretty hot ticket right now, and they had Godzilla vs. Biollante, a real copy for $6.25. And if you don't know, the DVD is worth like $1 to $130, and the Blu-ray is worth like what, $200?
It's up there.
It absolute insanity that they would have this for $6.25.
Well, that's because Second and Charles doesn't know how to price anything. They price common stuff super expensive.
They saw this, they said Godzilla DVD, yeah, $6.
Just like when I bought the extreme out of print Dawn of the Dead.
Well, that's where I got the Erie, Indiana set sealed for, I said, about $10-ish.
The common stuff is expensive. The actual rare stuff, super cheap.
I like that it's rated PG for quote-unquote traditional Godzilla violence.
Does it really say that?
That was kind of silly.
Nice.
But yeah, that is my first pickup. Super stoked about that. When I saw it, I was like, you can make like 10,000% profit, but I'm not flipping. I'm keeping for the collection. Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Justin, we've got a double.
Daily double.
We do have a double. I gotta find it. Here it is.
And that is Avengers Endgame on 4K Blu-ray. Not the Steelbook, because the art was not good. There was plenty of them, but honestly, this art is fine.
Yep.
Of course, this movie is not as good as Infinity War. We never actually did a review of Endgame.
True.
Yeah. So if you wanted to know our quick thoughts, it's still a good movie. It definitely has a lot of flaws.
I mean, epic conclusion, but I thought Infinity War was still better.
Yeah. It's a worthy conclusion, a worthy culmination of all of the MCU films leading into this. But like we said, definitely has some issues with it.
Should have had a little magic portal for my boy Daredevil.
And when you really think about it, did Tony really have to, spoiler? Even though I'm sure everyone and their mother's seen this movie at this point. But 4K looks really good. Steven and I watched a couple scenes right before this update. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I haven't popped this in yet. So I wanted to check it out. Crispy 4K.
Yep.
Crispy 4K.
And for anyone else who's curious, we're done with the MCU now.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
This is the end. Like, why can't they just let this be the end? It has end in the title.
There's money.
We don't need more. Just let it die.
Steven, we got a double. Kinda.
Daily double.
On Blu-ray and 4K, we have American Psycho. Alright. I was pretty lukewarm on this movie when I saw it. I have not revisited it, but my mom was actually at a Goodwill or something, and they had a couple Blu-rays, so she just bought them for me. And I was like, all right, I'll take some free cheap Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Like, so I did not have American Psycho, but like I said, I was lukewarm on it when I first saw it. So I'm curious to revisit and see how I feel these days.
Yeah, I remember when I first watched it, I liked it, but I feel like I just didn't get it. It was a little weird for me.
Yeah.
And then I've been seeing like clips of it recently for whatever reason. It's kind of reignited my interest in watching it. So
Yeah. The morning routine scene always pops up in my recommended on YouTube for some odd reason. Like, I wake up every morning and shampoo my hair.
Peeling the face mask
Yeah.
off. Justin, what is your next pickup of the month?
My next pickup is an A24 with the slip.
Randomly, this movie still comes with the slip.
Yep. Written and directed by Kate and Laura Malevi. That's how you pronounce their last name. That's Woodshock, starring Mary Jane Watson herself, Kirsten Dunst. I like her. I'm very curious. I remember this trailer plays on a lot of the A24 Blu-rays within the past few years, and it seems like a very like trippy, kind of like a psychedelic trip movie. So I'm definitely curious. I mean, it's an A24, and it was cheap. And when I saw it, usually Amazon Blu-rays are iffy about the slip. Obviously, it's a toss of the dice whether or not it's going to come with the slip, but it did come with a slip.
Pretty dope.
So that is the highlight right here, is the slip. But of course, I'm also curious to check it out. Rated R for drug use, language, and a scene of violence. There must be one single scene of violence.
Wow.
Woodshock.
My next pickup is the other Blu-ray that my mother purchased at Goodwill, and that is this random movie. I don't have any idea what it is, but it stars John Cusack, and it is called The Numbers Station, printed cover edition. Don't know anything about this movie. Didn't even bother to read the back, so let me know if this is a movie worth checking out.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I generally like John Cusack, but, you know,
great in Hot Tub Time Machine.
1408 was what I would go with, but, you know, to each their own. The Raven, that's not a horrible movie.
I haven't seen it.
Steve, 2 pickups since you got a boatload of blues?
Yeah, first 2 is one that you have. But
2 things that I have.
Yeah, they were. This one was going for $5 on Amazon, so I decided to get it because I really wanted. I Know What You Did Last Summer, but the Queens of Scream. I've seen Vacancy before as well. I can't remember too much about it, but never seen the When a Stranger Calls remake. But $5 is $5. And the next one is one we recently revisited,
And it's not as good as we remember.
but I still like it. I love the first one,
Of course.
and
of course.
but that is Grave Encounters 2.
I actually have not seen these.
It's at least, at the very least, a very interesting concept for a sequel.
It could have been executed better.
Yeah, it's not
but
great, but I liked it.
Very
I enjoyed
meta.
it.
Cool duder is in it.
Yeah.
Hey guys. Well, my next one, this is from Best Buy, a 4K, because Best Buy was having a pretty good 4K sale, and I picked up Black Klansman, a Spike Lee joint, Adam Driver, Topher Grace. There's a lot of good people in this movie.
Pretty awesome, funny movie that
Yeah.
also gets ultra serious right at the end.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember seeing the trailers for this. Didn't get a chance to watch it in theaters, but definitely super excited to check this one out, especially on 4K. I mean, it was like a pretty cheap 4K for Best Buy, so I was like, I'll try it out. I'll
You'll
dabble.
enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Try it out, man.
Black Klansman.
Justin, we've got another double, brother.
We do.
We do.
What is that double?
Daily double.
A secret double.
It is a secret double.
So I recently, Zavi was having a Steelbook sale, and they were offering the Bride of Reanimator Arrow Video Steelbook for only $14, free shipping. So I could not resist. Love Bride of Reanimator. And then I gave my brother my standard copy edition, because I also have the limited edition. I gave him the standard copy of Bride of Reanimator because my brother's getting more interested in Arrow Video, and that's a good Arrow Video title.
I am getting a little more interested, and of course I love the first Reanimator. I have never actually seen the sequel, though.
Bride of
So
Reanimator is a great follow-up. Beyond Reanimator, it's an okay time.
It's an okay picture.
Exactly. But yeah, the Steelbook is awesome. Love the clean black matte finish. Of course, Bride of Reanimator is a completely zany take on Bride of Frankenstein. And love it. I love this movie. It's super fun. The chick from Halloween 4 is the bride. The one where she has the shirt that says like cops do it by the book.
And a lot of vagina from Austin Powers is the main love interest.
I don't think I've ever noticed that, but good
Now
looking
you
out.
know.
Good
Now
looking
you
out.
know.
Wow.
So there you go.
Bride of Reanimator.
Steve, 2 more pickups from you, bud.
2 more from me.
Ooh.
This one was an FYE find that was like $5 or something like that, and that
Which reminds me, Justin, you should go to FYE and get this movie. There's more copies of it for $5.
But yeah, that is The House of the Devil. So it was highly recommended to me. So
A Ty West joint.
yeah, so $5 again. I'll pick it up.
It's the perfect Nate movie. It's super slow paced for about 70 minutes, and then there's about 10 minutes of action, and then the movie's over. A classic Nate
Minimum
picture.
payoff.
I'm like, give me as little payoff as possible. And The House of the Devil is one of those movies directed by Ty West, so you know it's a pretty good time. And I would recommend it to you as well, J-Rick.
Nice.
Very slow-paced homage
Slow
to
burn, minimal payoff.
70s horror. It's an homage to 70s horror, too, so, you know.
The next one is Colonia with Emma Watson and Daniel Bruhl. It takes place in South America, which I didn't even know until maybe a couple years ago that... I mean, I knew some like top high-ranking Nazis escaped to South America, but it turns out it was a lot more than just a few top-ranking officials. There's a ton of Nazis that escaped to South America afterwards, and to this day, there's like German communities in South America. It blew my mind when I first found this out. But this movie takes place, it says a young woman, Emma Watson's desperate search for her abducted boyfriend, Daniel Bruhl, draws her into the infamous Colonia Dignidad, an ex-Nazi cult from which no one has ever escaped. So it's sort of based in some truth, because there are Nazi shouldn't say that, German communities in South America that descended from the Nazis that escaped. Blew my mind.
I never knew that either.
It's very, very interesting. But yeah, I really am looking forward to watching that.
Derek, your next pickup?
My next pickup, this is from Meyer, because Meyer just randomly had it for a decent price, and that is the 4K of Moon by Duncan Jones. Absolutely love Moon, love the soundtrack, love Gertie. Is Kevin Spacey, but I can handle it. He plays a robot,
It's just his voice.
Yeah.
It's just his voice.
but Duncan Jones, he's 2 for 2. Well, he did. I haven't seen World of Warcraft, but I did enjoy Source Code.
It's
a
just
lot.
called Warcraft.
And then I really, really love Moon.
Yeah, great sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
A little bit of a mind bender at the end there.
and it has a lot of, social commentary attached to it. So when I heard that it was getting a 4K, I was like, oof.
Yeah.
That's like a 100% gotta buy it. If you have not seen Moon and you're into sci-fi, you're into maybe a little, like you said, mind-bending movies, go ahead and check it out. It's a really good time. Highly recommend Moon.
It is more on the indie side, though. So don't go in expecting big budget explosions, aliens, anything like that.
Yeah.
It's an indie space movie.
Right.
So,
Very low budget CG too.
yeah. It's
So-
still a very good movie, though.
yeah,
Highly
of course.
recommended from the Basement Boys. My next pickup, I haven't got a chance to watch yet because I want to watch it with you because we've seen every Yorgo. Well, I haven't watched The Lobster yet, but we saw Killing of a Sacred Deer together. We saw The Favorite together. So that is Dogtooth, which is Yorgos Lanthimos' first film, I believe. Pretty sure.
It's one of his earlier films. I don't know if it's his very first, though.
It's one of his earlier films, and this was put out by Kino, and they are putting out a new version of this, and I actually bought this off of our good buddy Mike. And by bought, I mean I kind of traded him.
Yeah.
So
he's a big Yorgos fan as well.
Yep. And literally don't know anything about this movie. I don't even want to read the back.
Yeah, that's why I think you should watch The Lobster as well. Because I think The Lobster is my favorite from him, followed by Killing of a Sacred Deer. So I'm super excited to check this out.
I unfortunately haven't seen any of his movies, but I know the premise of this one, and I really, really want to watch this movie.
Well, hey, maybe we should all watch it together. But yeah, I love Yorgos' movies, and I love watching them without knowing anything about them. Because his movies are so different. And I don't really know how to describe his movies other than saying they're different.
It's like alternate universe movies.
It takes place in like reality, but at the same time, every single character in all of the movies are always so like different. I don't know how to. The dialogue.
It's like I don't want to say robotic.
Yeah,
but it's hard to explain.
So yeah, if you're interested in this, Kino is putting out a new version. This old version is also, it's pretty cheap. You can find it on Amazon, wherever. So yeah, Steve, some two more pickups, buddy old pal.
Two more. This one is the last one from Family Video, and that is Shot Caller, with none other than Jamie Lannister.
Yes. You said you watched this movie, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. I really liked this movie a lot. It's not like amazing, but it's just a good story. It's a good character story. You really feel for his character, and you just watch his life just plummet into absolute garbage, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
And Nikolai casting Waldo is he's a very captivating actor.
Yeah, and of course the Punisher is in this. Jon Bernthal always gives a great performance.
Does he yell in that movie?
Come on, of course.
It's in his contract. Must have scene where I'm screaming.
If you want to survive, you gotta fight for it. I'm talking about fight. Fuck you! Fuck!
But yeah, Shot Caller, good movie, would recommend.
It's like Tom Cruise having the running,
Yeah.
You're gonna have Tom Cruise in a movie, you gotta have the sprinting.
Yeah. And the next one I haven't seen yet, but I've been a long time wrestling fan, and I remember when this movie was announced, I couldn't believe it.
It is a weird one.
Crazy, but I've heard pretty much nothing but good things, and it stars Midsummer's own Florence Pugh as the titular Paige. This is Fighting with My Family.
Lena Headey?
Yeah. Cersei Lannister herself. And looking forward to watching this. I'm sure I will dig it. And yeah, Fighting with My Family.
Cool. Justin, another pickup, brother.
All right. My next one is a Criterion that was not purchased during the sale because that was last month. But it was pretty cheap on Amazon. Most of them are kind of pretty affordable on Amazon. About $5 above the sale price, so not that bad.
Yeah.
I got Rushmore, which is the last Wes Anderson film that I needed to complete the Criterion filmography of his. And I watched this after I watched Bottle Rocket. I enjoyed both. a lot. About equally. I know a lot of people are lukewarm on Bottle Rocket, but I enjoyed both equally.
All Rocket's good.
And I like it. I just he has a very unique style. Very different.
Definitely still finding his footing in Rushmore.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
it isn't like the crazy style of like his later films.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's like it's coming.
I think because Royal Tenenbaums is after this one, right? I think that's where he really solidifies his style. Even though personally, Royal Tenenbaums is somewhere lower for me in terms of his movies. I still really enjoy it, of course. I think all of his movies are pretty fantastic. But Rushmore is one of those that's up there for me. It was one of the first Wes Anderson movies I saw way back in the day, and I was just like, man, what an awesome movie.
Yeah, I really like the scene that is recreating the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
The play.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. That's like a really well put together scene. But
Bill Murray's amazing. Jason Schwartzman is amazing.
Yeah. But
Luke Wilson.
poor Luke Wilson. He just gets shit on.
These are OR scrubs. Oh, are they? That's my
They're
favorite.
very inappropriate.
That's my favorite.
Rushmore.
My next pickup was a blind buy, and we're about to get into my family video pickups. And Steven and I went. They were having a 10 for 10 sale. Anything that had the $1.99 sticker on it was actually $1 if you bought 10 or more. So the first one was a blind buy, and that is Imperium, starring Daniel Radcliffe and Toni Collette. This is a movie about Daniel Radcliffe. He goes undercover as a...
It's like a skinhead movie, isn't it? Or...
Yeah, I don't think it's not specific on the back of the movie, but I'm pretty sure he infiltrates a skinhead organization, some sort of Nazi thing like that. And this movie always stuck out to me when I heard about it, because Daniel Radcliffe's career post Harry Potter is very interesting. It's very weird. He does a lot of small indie movies, a lot of which I really enjoy, so I'm sure I'm going to find plenty of enjoyment in this one.
Yeah, I really want to check out Swiss Army Man.
True. I haven't seen that one, but like Horns?
Yeah.
That was a pretty interesting movie. Woman in Black? Pretty good movie. Yeah. Steve, 2 more pickups from you?
2 more. The next one is Detroit Rock City.
Get up!
I've only seen this once, and it was a long time ago, but being a big Kiss fan, of course, I loved this movie.
I remember that movie used to always come on Comedy Central, and I don't think I've ever seen the entire thing, but I think I've seen the whole movie, just not all at once.
And it's an Adam Rifkin directed joint, so Detroit Rock City. And the next one is a film by Ron Howard and
Great.
George Lucas.
Great.
And that is Willow. Haven't seen this movie, but it looks crazy.
Starring Warwick Davis.
Yeah. Warwick
Nice.
himself, and yeah. Willow.
You never heard of Willow?
No.
It's like obviously it's like a fantasy movie. Justin, your next pickups, I know they all relate to each other.
Yeah, I went a little crazy on Amazon
A little Godzilla crazy.
with the Toho collection, and I already had Godzilla vs. Destroya, that 2-pack, so I needed 5 more. Well, I didn't get the Mothra ones. Forgot about those, but we have Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla and Mothra, The Battle for Earth. These are in order, by the way. So we have these 2. And then Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Which you could tell I was really interested in that one because I took the shrink wrap off. And we have Godzilla 2000, not the 1998 one.
That everyone always gets confused. This is the Japanese movie that came out after the 1998 movie, because the Japanese people saw that shit show and were like, what the fuck is this? Although Godzilla 2000 is also a pretty mediocre, somewhere in the middle Godzilla movie.
Right.
But, you know, it was a nice return.
And then we have
Say that mouthful.
Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. Giant monsters all out attack.
Great Godzilla movie.
And
One of
then
the
Godzilla
best.
against Mechagodzilla.
Also one of the best. I love the 2000s Godzilla movies.
And then lastly, we have Godzilla Tokyo SOS.
Great movie.
And Godzilla Final Wars, which I recently learned something that makes me really interested in that, is that Zilla from 1998 is in this movie.
Yep.
And he apparently gets defeated in one blow by Japanese Godzilla.
That is 100%
respect.
true. While Sum 41 is playing in the background.
I mean, I'm down.
What more could you ask?
Godzilla Final Wars is the most zany, insane Godzilla movie. Probably the closest thing you could ever get to a live action anime. It's awesome.
Yeah, but just I don't know. Recently, I've just been kind of getting the itch to watch the Godzilla movies because I've said this in a previous episode because I had the Destroyer one. That I had a few of my grandma had a few of the VHS tapes. Had King of the Monsters, Rise of Astro Monster, and then Son of Godzilla.
Which you'll all be getting in the Criterion box set.
I also have the Criterion box set pre-ordered that has the first 15 films. So I've just been getting the itch. And especially since I watched Godzilla vs. Destroyer, and I was like, what a good movie.
Yeah. That's the thing, is every Godzilla movie is definitely goofy. It's just, you gotta adjust.
Yeah, so...
And Godzilla vs. Destroyer is kind of like an Aliens ripoff.
But I'll take it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But, this is basically a completion of the Toho Collection 2-packs. I mean, there is one more, I guess, technically, that I don't have, which is Mothra 1, 2, and 3. Mm-hmm. So, still we'll pick that up someday. But for now, got all these Zilly movies.
Nice. And then, this is a Movie Boy Movie Night movie for sure that I can't wait to watch with my boys. Another $1 from Family Video, and that is the Chernobyl Diaries. Of course, Chernobyl is a hot item right now with the hit HBO miniseries.
Have you seen that before?
No, I've always wanted to watch this movie.
I've seen it.
And it looks like a good Movie Boy Movie Night where we all gather around and we pick a stupid horror movie to watch, like Wish Upon, Slender Man, Friend Request.
Yeah, it easily one of the best things you can do with your friends is just pick a really shitty modern horror film.
And I think this fits the bill.
Especially found footage.
Is this found footage?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm sure it is. I mean, it would make sense.
I think it is. I remember when it first came out. I remember seeing the trailers.
Yeah, it for sure is. I remember.
But yeah, so this was just a movie because we love watching these types of movies together. And it was only $1, so I was like, you gotta add it to the collection of stupid movies we like to watch.
I rely on Nate to buy all the shitty modern horror films.
I'll take the bullet, because
the payoff is great.
You'll notice
the Bye Bye Man,
Family Video purchase, Slender Man, Family Video purchase, Chernobyl Diaries, Family Video. There's a pattern here, which Bucky passed on Wish Upon. They had Wish Upon for $1.
Did we see that?
Bought it.
We watched.
Okay,
we watched.
That was the one that had the random teenage shopping sprees.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
It was more of a teenage movie than
and the
anything
smegma joke.
Yeah.
Oh.
Steve, you want to do 3
Yeah,
pickups?
let's do 3 more.
You just got so many Blu-rays.
The next one was the second in Charles Fine. This is out of print. I've never seen it, but it is one of those I've always seen.
You'll love it. You will love it. I guarantee it.
But that's Monkey Bone.
Classic video store rental movie.
And the next 2 are A24 movies. One of them, no slip, unfortunately, but this is The Black Coat's Daughter for Nothing But Great Things About It.
For $1.
I love that movie.
$1.
And then, say the line, J-Rick.
Nothing even came at night.
Classic.
I just wasted all my money. We notoriously love this movie when it's a lot of the general audiences hate it.
We haven't talked about it in a while, but yeah we championed this movie pretty hard because it is a masterpiece of suspense. Tension. You don't know what's going to happen next. Oh, but there's no zombies.
There's no big scary boom boom monster.
Why no big boom boom monster? Why is there an apocalypse? I need everything explained to me. It comes at night. We'll save your last pickup for last,
right.
so we don't have to. You don't have to sit here in silence. Another $1 pickup for me is Unsane, which I've heard pretty good things about, and this movie was also entirely shot on an iPhone, which is a very interesting concept to me. It's directed by Steven Soderbergh, which I know he's directed or written some other really good stuff, but it's escaping my memory at this point. Yeah, I thought this movie looked pretty interesting from the trailers. When I never saw this in theaters or anything like that, but I always saw the trailer, and it looked like an interesting concept about this girl. You know, she gets trapped in a mental asylum and becomes a patient, but she's not really a patient.
Grave Encounters.
So it seemed like a cool movie, and for $1, I said, fuck it. 3 more?
I would like to see the rig they had for the iPhone.
True.
I want to see the behind the scenes.
I'm hoping the one bonus feature on here, which is called Unsanity, hoping that maybe that sheds a little bit of light on it. 3 more?
3 more. So the next 3 here is my 3rd copy of Halloween 6 because
The 3rd? 4th best Halloween movie?
it's at least the producer's cut, but this is just the theatrical. But that's the original Echo Bridge Miramax release of Halloween 6. So now I just need Resurrection to complete my Echo Bridge single releases.
I mean,
And that's
I
that.
own that Halloween movie on Blu-ray.
So
You know it's high up there.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
And the next one
Paul Rudd.
is a movie I really fell in love with recently, and that's Drop Dead Fred. I actually work at a video store, and it's like one of the most highly requested movies ever, but it's hard to find on DVD in the US, but overseas they love this movie apparently because it's got a Blu-ray, the DVD is easy to find over there, so...
Which this is a Region B copy, right?
Yeah, this is a Region B Blu-ray. It's not... it's been out of print in the US for a long time, but it's like this goofy, wacky comedy, but it's really like a touching commentary on like mental health and is what you have to go through dealing with mental health as an adult and growing up, and it really touched my heart. It really did. It's a really touching movie, but also very goofy and zany at the same time. There's some terrible CG in it, but anyways, yeah, Drop Dead Fred. Really love that movie. And then one I haven't seen, but I decided to pick up because it was used, and that is Shape of Water by Ballistic Gel Torso.
Fantastic film.
And
It's teal.
Deserved
yeah.
every bit of praise it received.
I agree.
My next pickup was a movie I was very excited to find for $1. And yes, it does have a 4K, but for $1, I'm not going to pass it up. And that is Phantom Thread, the latest Paul Thomas Anderson movie starring Daniel Day-Lewis. Have not got a chance to watch this one. This definitely seems like a movie I've got to be in the right state of mind for. Seems very slow paced. I'm sure it's great. I've heard nothing but great things. It's actually a clear ray. This is the original case it comes in, not an alternate case. It is a clear ray. And yeah, I really like Paul Thomas Anderson movies. Boogie Nights, pretty solid film. So I wanted to pick this one up. Happy to find it for $1. Just rapid fire
Okay.
them. Steve, the actual rest of your pickups.
The Steelbook for Django Unchained. I have the original, but I just wanted to upgrade to the Steelbook because I really like the way this one looks.
Once Upon a Time was a Target exclusive.
Nice.
Now it is not.
And then I finally picked this one up. This is the 4K Steelbook of Christine from John Carpenter. I really love this Steelbook.
Keep going.
Okay. Christine, yeah.
Just wait till you watch the movie, though, and you find out that it's fucking boring.
Be that as it may. The next
Great
one
soundtrack, though.
is a Steelbook Region B copy of The Guest. This was seriously $3 on Amazon. So, I pulled the trigger.
Yeah, bro.
For a little bit of context, Nate and I love the movie. Bucky, like,
I like it. It's a good movie. I didn't care for the...
Without giving any spoilers, there's a certain twist that happens later in the movie that I think is perfectly acceptable. You think is perfectly acceptable, but some people don't like it.
I thought it was fine, but I thought it was unnecessary. But be that as it may, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, MVD Rewind.
Ooh.
With the slip, with the poster, with the everything. Ghoulies 1 and 2, Scream Factory 2-pack. And then the Slumber Party Massacre, the first one. I in last month's update, you saw I got that rare double pack of Slumber Party Massacre 2 and 3. So now I've got the trilogy on Scream Factory Blu-ray. And then found this used.
Dude, amazing pickup.
Creep Show, the LE version. I haven't seen Creep Show.
Fantastic, fun, Halloween, good time movie. Love it.
And then my lone arrow this month, and that is Dario Argento's Tenebre.
Dario Argento.
Is this one Region B?
So
Yeah, it is.
yeah, Region B. So yeah, there's that one.
That's weird that version is Region B, but the old window package version that I have is region free.
Yeah.
It's weird that they had to put the lock on it for that release.
Yeah, who knows? Rights,
True.
Legal mumbo jumbo. And then I have 2 crits
Ooh.
to end here. This is a Tarkovsky movie, Stalker. I didn't know anything about the movie. I just read the back of it and thought it sounded interesting enough. Found it used, so I picked it up. And then I also found this used, and this is like a newer crit release, but that is Funny Games. And this is the original one. There's also a remake of it, an American version, by the same writer and director of the original version. And it's like almost the same exact movie.
Weird.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I've heard it, and I've heard both of them are very good.
What was the year gap? Do you roughly know?
Oh, man. I don't want to say 10 years, maybe a little less than 10 years or something like that. Yeah, really looking forward to this one. This one seems to always pop up on those YouTube lists. It's like most disturbing, or
Yeah, true.
so it's got a 2K restoration. So really looking forward to watching Funny Games, and that concludes my pickups.
Phew.
Justin, your last pickup, brother.
My last pickup is an Arrow video to go along with my other
Dude,
Arrow,
I'm proud of my brother.
Donnie Darko.
Proud of my brother. Good first
This
pick.
is Dario Argento's Deep Red. Got this from a used media store. Traded in some Rays that I didn't want anymore for Deep Red. And have not seen Suspiria.
Well, you've kind of seen Suspiria.
Yeah. I mean, I know I like it.
It was on in the background.
Yeah. But I haven't actually paid attention and watched Suspiria all the way through. But, wanting to get more into
Deep Red's more
deep cut horror.
Deep Red's more of a straightforward film.
Yeah. Can't wait to watch this one. I've just been getting the itch for boutiques.
I think you'll really enjoy Deep Red. It's definitely a very slow-paced movie, but the payoff is good. Classic Nate films. Slow-paced, minimal payoff.
Deep Red.
And we're going to end on a stinker here, folks. Which we were running out of things to buy for the 10 for 10, but we wanted to make sure we hit that 10 for 10. So I picked up a standard Blu-ray copy of Pacific Rim Uprising. Awful, awful movie. But I think I want to rewatch it.
And I want to watch it, period. I haven't seen it.
It's so cartoony, so kiddie. Whereas Pacific Rim 1 was more of like a reference to giant robot anime of the 80s, which was always a little bit more serious. Of course, it was still cheesy to a degree. This is like fucking Transformers levels of like kiddie. Let's make a bunch of jokes, and we have a little girl, and she's got a little Jaeger in the movie, and it's cute. And John Boyega is honestly, I usually like him, but he's super annoying in this movie. He's just like so cocky. I don't like his character very much, but the suit designs are cool. I like the figures. But yeah, Pacific Rim Uprising, by all accounts, pretty shitty movie, in my opinion. But it was $1, and we needed to qualify for that 10 for 10. So those were our pickups. Again, what did you pick up? Let us know in the comments down below. Let's talk movies. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. Share this video with your friends. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when we're dropping all those new spicy hot videos. Like 3 dudes buy Blu-rays. Gone sexual. Of course,
Yes.
I'm Nate. I'm joined with Justin
See you guys later.
and Steven.
Take care.
And we will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.